So if I want to go ahead and start drawing a new section, I'll go ahead and click, and you can see that I'm always drawing in the direction of the flow, and that's really the easiest way to do this. So if you click in one place and you start dragging the mouse, you'll see the green arrow go in that direction. Now, if you for any reason want to change that, you can just go ahead and hold down, before you click the second time, hold down the shift key, and you can see that the green arrow turns and it goes the other way. So if I want to, let's say I want to draw a section that's 5'5", I can either drag the mouse up, and you can see it's going in 6-inch increments. If I want to draw 5'5", I'll just type in 5'5", enter, and now it creates a section in that exact length. Now for this demonstration, I'm actually going to switch, because we're going to make a larger layout, so I'm going to switch to the schematic view, and that means that now it's just going to be depicted as a line. And I recommend this, unless you have a very fast computer, always switch to the schematic view until you're done with the drawing. Then you can switch it back and show the details and all the fittings. So from here, I'm going to go sideways. Now, if I was looking at this from an elevation view, I would just go this way, but since we're also going to be drawing deep, I'm going to keep on the x-axis, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it to the distance that I want between the first two appliances, which in this case I'm just going to put in 7 feet. There's a couple of ways you can draw the second connector. You can either continue in the same direction before you draw the connector, or if you choose to draw the connector at this point, be aware that the arrow is going to be pointing the wrong way. So if you want to switch that, hold the shift key. I'm just going to drag the mouse in this direction and put another 7 feet. So I'll just type 7 feet, enter. So now you can see the direction has been established as going this way. So now if I drag the mouse down, the arrow will actually be pointing back up to the header. So I can just now type in 5'5", and here's my second connector. Also, at this point, if I want to draw if it's coming off the back of the appliance, I can just drag the mouse out this way, let's say 2 feet, and this way 2 feet. So at this time I'm going to be drawing deep. I'm going to be going in this direction, but I want to make a little bit more room for myself, and I'm going to do that by pushing down the mouse wheel and then basically moving the drawing away from where it was, or panning the drawing, so I get a little more room in the direction that I'm going. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new section here, and then go in this direction, and I'm going to go 12 feet. So I'll type in 12 feet, hit enter, and then from here I'm going to go up 10 feet. So 10 apostrophe and enter. As you can see, the section now goes out of the drawing, so I'm going to go ahead and click on zoom full, and it's just going to fit everything nicely within the boundaries of the drawing. So now I basically have my event system set up. I can switch to show details, and it'll now render it with all the fittings in here. And this is the nice thing about drawing in the direction of the flow. That is, the system is capable of selecting the right fittings for the application. So in this case, it selected a T for the bottom of this section, or it selected a 90-degree elbow here, 90-degree where we go horizontal to horizontal, and so on. If I want to change that, again, I can just highlight the section, and I can just go change this to a manifold T if I want to do that. So let me go ahead and switch this back to the schematic view, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to place my appliances. Now I'm going to have the same two appliances for this, and for this example I'm going to pick Patterson-Kelly N1700, and I'm just going to go ahead and place that on the drawing. Now it does not know which type of vessel to use for this appliance. If you see this come up, just pick the one that comes closest, and then in this case I'm going to pick with a rear outlet, and then the boiler will show up on the screen like this. So you can just drag it over and make it snap into the connector. So now you can see as I deselect it, it just has the outline of the appliance. And now instead of placing another one, I can just go copy paste, and then I can drag this down and place it. Go back here again, say zoom full, click on show details, and everything shows up nicely on the screen. So let's say that we actually do have a third appliance that's down this way, but it's coming off the other side of the vent system. Now I can go ahead and simply copy these two sections and paste, and then I can drag them into place. I can just place them right over this T. Again, the best way to do this, since you can see it's kind of getting choppy at this point, is to switch to this view, to the schematic, and then drag it into place. And now for this section, I'm going to go down the Z-axis and go 2 feet, like that. So if I take the appliance, and I'm just going to go ahead and put in another N1700, so now I would have to rotate this appliance in order to make it look right. I can just go ahead and do that by clicking twice on this, and it rotates and goes the other way. So now I'm going to drag this over and put it in place, and if I switch back to show details, it shows up the right way. Let's go ahead and calculate this layout. So on our results screen, we get a list of messages. In this case, there's only one, that the calculation completed successfully. We also get, if available, gravity vending results. We get partial load results, as shown here. And then finally we get the recommended solution, which is going to be an RSV 400 based on these numbers. So if I go to Systems and Components, you can see that it shows the RSV 400. We're well within the RSV 400 capacity curve, but it still shows the 450, which we can switch it to if we want, and then it changes the quote below. We can go in and I'm just going to keep it at the RSV 400. We look at the appliance data, vent section, baffle settings, and finally combustion air supply, which we have not requested at this system. That will be covered in the next segment. We'll go ahead and save that, and we'll go back to our layout, and that'll be at the end of this segment, but next one will cover the combustion air supply.